Girl, it's what I heard. Allegedly, it's just the word. Allegedly, it's on the street. Allegedly, I say to the beat. Allegedly, 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 allegedly. Allegedly, it's just the word allegedly. It's what I heard allegedly. It's on the street allegedly. I sing to the beat allegedly. Allegedly, allegedly, it's what I heard allegedly. It's just the word allegedly. Don't blame, don't sue allegedly. It won't help you allegedly. 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 Well, I would like to thank everyone for joining us today. We have a wonderful full show. And I guess I would just like to start us off with this. With this. Let everyone come on into the room and look at this.
What a jump scare.
How do these pictures make you feel?
Like, I will never lay on a surgeon's table.
I'll definitely say the fact that you cannot differentiate these two women, the fact that these are not the same person, the fact that you have Britt on one side and Edie on the other, I feel gives credence and validation to everyone decrying the love and hip hopification of Housewives of Atlanta.
Yes, I'm looking, and which is why we have Mia tweeting after the first episode that she thinks she wants to move to Atlanta full time, baby. Mm-mm.
And somebody said, you couldn't take the Housewives of Potomac reunion. You really think you could handle Atlanta? Where they go off? Well, I guess she could hide behind Porsha's piss poor parenting.
Oh, I'm going to say this. You let Giselle, who's had her best reunion look in 12 years. Yes, I know they've only done it 10. 12 years, run you off of a stage, ma'am. And you think you can handle Atlanta? Even Porsha, let's be clear, on her worst day, could still run circles around Miss Mia. Miss Mia would be crying, have on black glasses, her cape with her assistant walking her up out of every episode.
I like, we've also seen this face on Sierra Gates, and it is like, I want to say, like, it is a very specific number of Botox shots to pull the face up. You have a certain number of Botox shots around the eye to give the muscles of the arch eyebrow along with the makeup, because that's the only thing separating this from good old-fashioned drag. I need, you know what I need? I need y'all to find women that you want to emulate. And emulate, and not drag queens that you want to emulate, because this is giving me brunch. It's a heavy brunch paint, because you was out the night before juking and jiving. So you've got a heavy brunch paint for the girls, because you know you got to get that gig to get your rent. So it's a heavy brunch paint. But I've seen these girls. I've tipped these girls at brunch with the heavy paint. It is such a by the numbers, you know, like they're going for, I almost want to say, like, Kerry Washington has the natural, very smooth skin, big eye, and perfect goldfish lip.
Yes.
Perfect goldfish pucker. And like, I've always said she was this beautiful goldfish. Like, I grew up in the 90s, so remember Fantasia from Disney?
Yes.
Remember them fish? Remember them fish? If you look up the fish from Fantasia, not Fantasia 2000, baby, the original Fantasia.
In the 90s.
You don't know how like I wanted Fantasia for my birthday. I asked for that shit for years. Finally, it came out to Disney Vault. My mom said, shut up. And it was like all classical music anyway, so she was like fine with it. She's like, Jesus Christ, you are obsessed
with this. But you know what? Also, I think what they're trying to do as women, we age, or when people lose weight, sometimes it could cause them to look older in the face. So it's like they're trying to pull everything tight while still keeping a full face and then getting filler to keep their full face, to keep their youth. And it's like, it is working the opposite. That's why they look so puffed
Black
up.
women don't need it
At all. At all.
We are not white women. I am 42 and I look like this.
I'm 47. I will be 48 in less than a month.
Exactly. We still look like we're in our 30s.
Yes. Yeah.
Our good 30s.
Yes.
And so the thing is, like, what they are doing, I'm gonna say it. They may think I have the smallest little baby. Once you put the makeup on, the camera ain't picking that up. You're going to the same surgeons and you're having it so overdone, you look trans.
And they all look the same.
That those girls go for, and then not even all of them, the ones that want the more exaggerated look. This is so exaggerated. I'm like,
let me ask you a question. It can't be, you know how some people will say, okay, some women, maybe something mental is going on, right? And they see themselves differently. But I'm starting to wonder, is that every woman, or what is going on? Like, have you ever seen something that you thought was so hideous and then all of a sudden you started seeing it everywhere and then you're like, actually, it's kind of cute? So I'm like, are they seeing these faces with these overblown lips and the cheeks and all of that? And now they're like, oh, wait, that's the look that I'm kind of going for? Because I refuse to believe that if they are of sound mind, this is the look they want.
You know, it's almost getting Jocelyn Wildenstein when you really look at it.
Now, who is that? Because, I'm a lady of a particular age.
Oh, no, she is of a particular age. She actually just passed, that woman that ended up looking like a cat.
Oh, her. Yes.
Oof. See, all that pull.
Yes.
I feel it's instead of being able to age gracefully, which is something that is our superpower.
Yes.
Black women get to age great. Your face don't fall at 40.
No.
Our faces don't fall. This is when our faces really get going.
Yeah, come on.
This is when also you get your own look. You don't look like a child anymore. You can't compete with a 21-year-old. You don't need to look 21 anymore. You still look young and fit and healthy. But when you put so much in your face, you don't look like you look. It's a very pornish look. It's not. It's either giving like a transgender sex worker, like it's giving someone that wants this is not a regular everyday look.
No,
and the girls that get surgery to look like women will tell you, oh no, I want to get a facial feminization. I don't want to look like that.
Yeah, and then it's getting to the point now where sometimes, look at Lisa Rinna, even though her surgeries were done back in the day, she can't even get that stuff out of her lips because
that's scar tissue.
Yes. So I feel like with these ladies, aren't you afraid that you keep getting that overblown look, like it could happen? And maybe I know filler dissolves, but I don't know. I'm looking at, I remember Atlanta being full of beautiful, like naturally beautiful Black women, and maybe like, a Botox here, a little lip there, but naturally beautiful Black women with thick lips, full noses, full hips, everything. And now it's like, who are these people?
What made us unique?
Yes. Yeah. They look like your aunties. That's my auntie over there. That's my cousin and them over there. My family's from the South. So that's what drew me into Atlanta. I'm like, oh, that's just like family. Watching somebody that looks like you, that has the same skin tone, so you can look at the makeup and the hairstyles and the clothes. And now it's like, I appreciated Shamia wearing her short hairdo. I loved it. I liked her wigs, but I appreciate it. Oh, okay. See, and that could. Isn't that what happened to Brandy?
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, I was gonna say, isn't that what some people think is happening to Brandy Glanville, even though she's saying it's something else? The filler migrating?
It could be the filler migrating. I'm going to share the page. This is what they're giving me.
No, I'm about to.
Amanda Lepore. Now, Amanda Lepore, famous transgender entertainer, she, like, that's the look that they're going for. And here's the thing, she's had this look long before them. She's 57. But you know, as a pioneer, I know where this look comes from. I'm like, y'all are competing with the porn girls, and the porn girls are competing with the trans girls.
And Amanda, I know it sounds weird because that's the look they're going for. She's actually beautiful.
When you can lean into it.
Yeah.
Because that's the thing. That's who she is all day. That's who she's been for years. She got music out. I don't know much about clothes, but my hair looks fierce.
Okay.
Like, it's who she is. And so she rocks it, and y'all are confused.
They don't even know how to situate their lips. Look at Kelly's lips. She don't even know what to do with them. Look.
Exactly. You're uncomfortable in the costume you've created.
Yeah. When I'm going to tell you, looking at Mia and looking at Kelly, when I was watching Mia, when they showed from when she first started and even flashbacks of her younger, I was looking at her like, it's got to hurt. And even Kelly and her cookbook, and please let's be clear. This is not woman shaming because I love seeing beautiful women. But
we're talking about bad work.
Yes. Did you see how she looked on her cookbook compared to now?
Totally different. And the thing is, the work ages you. It makes you look hard in the face. And as we see, it makes you look like everybody else. When you get the same 4 syringes of Botox here to get the lifted eye, you look like like you can tell, okay, you got the Botox here to pull this, you got the Botox here to pull this. This is what T.S. Leak said.
You know how you
and that's the thing. T.S. Madison said it. She said it on her show. Shout out to Madison, we friends. She said it on her show. T.S. Leak. She's looking like one of the girls. Wow. And they look like that because they enjoy that. That's who they are. Y'all are trying to give more. Like, y'all need to find, like I said, find some women that you want to emulate.
You know who did it right to me? Even though this wig in this episode did her no favors nor the dress. But I believe Cynthia has probably had a couple of, but she did it right. She doesn't look overblown. I think Porsha may have had little tweaks here and there, but I feel like her work is masterful. Like, did it right, you know?
I feel like, she probably had and Porsha knew how to less is more. And also another thing though, I need production. Now this is on your ass. Let these heifers know 6 months in advance so they can run out to the damn surgeon and let that shit settle. Because don't come out with a brand new face. Put some dirt on that fucker. It needs to settle. It don't show up with no new, like you just popped out the pussy at 42. Don't do that. It look weird. Let it 6 months to settle. Let it get a little dent or something in it. Let it look like a normal human face. That mask that you pop on and walk around grinning gribbles, looking brand new. It's like, I don't know whose head that is, but it smells showroom new. Air that fucker out before you bring it in here.
Remember Vicky? Orange County, when she came out,
new head,
who this?
New head, who this?
Like, and that's how these women are. New head, who this? I just, and then it especially irritates me when it's somebody that I don't care for, but when they're kind of like that's how they have to purge.
And it's sad. Oh, this is a good one. It's sad to me they don't realize how pretty. They're such beautiful women.
Yeah.
My God, there are women that so many people would give. They're going to the surgeon to get cut to look like you.
Yes.
And you fucking it up.
Yeah. Yep. When I saw Kelly on that cookbook, I was like, and that's what got me wondering about people talking about mental states, because does she not look at that and think that she was beautiful. And it's possible that maybe she does, but maybe it's the thing, just like big butts. You know what I'm saying? Like the butts, the behinds in Atlanta, they don't care if they don't have the hips to match.
With thorax. But now the butts are getting taken out. Now the butts aren't in thing anymore. But then you get that ass, you sit down on it, and it spreads to the side. Now you ain't got ass. You got saddlebag.
Yep. And they don't want the hips and stuff with it. And like, I think Kenya Moore is absolutely beautiful. But it's interesting when Stacey first came out, right, from Potomac, and they were saying how Stacey and Kenya looked alike. I was like, they do. Even if you look at their body types, they have the same body type. Kenya just has a behind stuck on hers. And it's just so noticeable. It's like, come on, you can't see
that inflated butt.
Like, you are a beautiful woman with a beautiful figure. But again, they don't, like, just like the comment said, it's sad that they don't realize it.
Also, it was like the beginning of the you've got to get a butt era.
True.
And now here's what I will say. This is when we can learn from the community. Because in the community, we will have, we'll go from Amanda Lepore to Tastefully Done.
Yeah.
Now, not that I've had anything done, but you like, who was a good example? God, what is he's a drag queen. He does Alyssa Edwards. Now, okay. Alyssa Edwards, now watch him in season 1. Ain't got chin at first, just lower jaw. All lower jaw. That white man got the most tasteful chin. Okay. He did it where he knew less is more. Yeah. I'm not getting a Gaston.
Okay.
I'm not getting a Gaston. We got to learn, don't go for the gut. Less is more. Yeah. You don't want to look like you've had work done. You know what I would say for the pink toes? Heather Dubrow.
Oh,
tasteful, age-appropriate work.
That's good.
You want to come out looking richer than when you went in. You want to look like you were on vacation.
And you're just well-rested.
Yes.
Yes.
Is facial dysmorphia a thing? Oh my God. I really do believe so. Especially when because now makeup is drag level. Like, I remember when I thought my mama putting foundation and lipstick on was something.
Listen.
Now these girls spackle.
I said, I'm going to start doing more with my makeup, right? Because I am a lips girl. I love different kinds of lip gloss, lipstick. I would literally, when C19 was happening, I was so sad because we had to wear masks because of my lip color. So I would literally sit around my house in my robe and lips, right? So I said, this year, I want to get more into face. So I'm watching, Alex, I'm on TikTok. And I said, I can't have a 38-minute makeup routine. I just can't. I would rather do something else.
I feel like for women, it's like you almost just have to like pick one thing that you really want to do, either an eye, a lip, or a cheek. If you want to be if you have time, and then don't forget about the nails. So I feel like it's a lot of girls that are either an eye girl or a lip girl. Because they're like, I ain't got time for all that.
I don't have that kind of time.
And foundation. I remember when foundation was for the girls with bad skin.
Yes. Yeah.
For the girls that needed it. And now everybody, where it's like, once you're so used to seeing somebody with this cake icing on, it takes a minute to get used to what they look like normally. Not that they're not normally beautiful, but when it's such a drastic change of 3 complexions.
Let me tell you, you have a black mama and she say it like it is, right? So my mom, I was growing up and I got into like, she gave me a 8th grade graduation. Here's a little light pink lip, right? Boom. Sort of like what I have now, child, right? Yes. I agree. Look, back when they were wearing, we were wearing office suits, pencil skirts to the club and black heels and all that stuff. My mom, and I tell her she scarred me, but actually she saved me. When she started letting me wear makeup, she said, Taria, you don't want to wear so much makeup. And she did exactly like this. You don't want to wear so much makeup that when people see you without it, they go, oh. And that stuck with me. And so I just start I'll wear a little bit foundation here or there, but not even to cover my imperfections, because I feel like Sometimes that's what makes you you, right? So sometimes I prefer like a tinted moisturizer, but I'll wear like a little bit of foundation because I don't want to be a different. I had a cousin. You could see the line of demarcation right here.
Girl, oh God. Oh, like a mat, like you can just peel it.
Yes, girl. Yes. And I would see her. And then in between my mom telling me, she said, you do not want people to go when they see, and I said, you know what? And that is what stopped me from wearing makeup because I saw people in real life like that.
Now, I'll say on production side, they can be more flattering. They can say, hey, we're going to bring you into an environment where you're not going to always try to get your worst angle. Oh, but Sutton, did you see? Wait, hold on.
I missed this week's episode. I got to watch it.
Angle. What?
Oh, I'm sorry. I cut you off. I was going to say I missed this week's episode. I have to go watch, but I already know what angle you are talking about.
Oh my God. What? No. I got to pull it up. I can pull it up on here. I can pull it up on here so we can share with the audience what's going on.
Production will do you dirty. They did that on purpose.
She wore this on purpose, and she thought she was doing something. In the words of James Caldwell, she thought she was breaking it up with this back. It looks like a foot. I've never seen a back look like a foot.
It just goes straight down. I was like,
I mean, ooh, look at it from the side. Look at it from the side. Like it looks like it. Oh God, there really is no ass whatsoever. None. It actually kind of goes in like it's concave. Yes.
I said, whoever, she didn't ask anybody, like, hey, how does this look? Like it,
because she knew.
When I saw that angle, somebody had posted it, and I had to look twice. Like,
I'm trying to make it bigger for the audience so they can really see. Oh God, that is the back of her dress.
The back,
like falling off a cliff. Yeah. It's just back all the way down. I mean, it's just back and then the legs split, I guess. Like it is.
I was shocked that she wore, and it was funny because I was listening to someone talk about how we say we want wealth and fashions, right? We get the wealth from Sutton, but we don't get the fashions from Sutton.
And I know what she was trying to do. Edith had this beautiful costume for Shirley MacLaine back in the day that came right up to the ass cheek. And it was real daring back then, real daring. And this is back when Shirley MacLaine was Shirley MacLaine.
Okay.
That Shirley MacLaine was giving body back in the day. You would be shocked. She was giving everything that this isn't. We're going to look it up. Shirley MacLaine in the Edith head. We're going to have a little style session.
This right here is like, did she say anything in the after show? Did you watch the after show? Because I'm going to have to watch the after show to see if it was mentioned. If her good Judy said anything.
No, I did not watch I didn't watch the after show. I skipped. It wasn't that big of an episode, so I skipped it.
Okay. I've missed the last two, and I've been meaning to recap, but Sutton is not my favorite.
I would share it, but it said NSW, so I ain't trying to. I'm trying to get the page. That's how. And the thing is, you can't even see ass crack. But that's how, like, because there's a jewel right there. But look up Edith Head and Shirley MacLaine. Beautiful backless dress. Shirley MacLaine had a beautiful back. This is a back this is a t-shirt back. This isn't a back that we show off. And you're in your 50s. You don't have to show off your back.
Oh.
You see? And that's what she was trying to do.
Oh, baby. Yeah. And no. Shirley looks like a Barbie body in this dress.
Yeah.
Oh, girl, come on. That's
Shirley? That's Shirley. I told you.
Come on, Shirley.
I told you Shirley was something back in the day.
Did she got anything on in the front? Because Shirley looked naked up top.
No, yeah, it ties up.
She said, "Thank you for reminding me." Okay, Shirley's looking good.
But yeah, look that up, y'all.
Yeah, y'all gotta look it up. Y'all not gonna believe that's Shirley. That's old
really
Shirley.
ain't.
Okay, wow. Yeah, Sutton. Jesus, Lord have mercy.
And so this is what we mean with the love and hip hopification. When you have when you're going to the same surgeon, so you have a similar facial expression plastered on your face.
Yeah. And then the cinematography is also giving. Like, how did you feel about the cinematography of it all? Like the lighting in the strip club, it looks very.
The strip club was definitely like, I was like, we are in our 40s, and I'm loving it. I'm loving being 42. I'm loving being an auntie. I wear it well.
Yes, you do.
Like, we're not out there like that anymore. We are enjoying the beautiful homes we have created. We have our spaces now, and especially with kids, like we have a moment. We're like, honestly, I'd rather have seen them in a park. I would rather see them in a park with their kids in white jeans, having a real mommy moment, and then being shady as hell.
Right.
I want you to talk about their houses, talk about their money, talk about their money, talk about their fashion. Get in that 99 nose. But at a strip club, it just seemed like, why? You're not the princess of Thoughtlandia anymore. You're a mother to a 5-year-old.
And that was my thing. It's not even like it was a group outing and we're going to go do this. We're going to go do that. I was like, and for me, my imagination is too strong. I would be scared that something would land in my food. We sitting too close to the stage. Okay. And things are airborne now. And things are
across my mind.
Think about it. You eating your food and I'm just giving it to you.
Madam, I will not think about it. I will not. No, that's a thought that never crossed my mind.
Yes.
And now I understand why eating in strip. Not that I've ever eaten in a strip club.
At least
that's not a place where I feel like I'd be hungry.
Thank you. If I'm going for one thing. And yes, I heard they have the good wings, but I'm not sitting near the stage. Also, I don't understand these folks. And y'all out there, let me know if y'all have ever been to a strip club where you sat, come on, Blue Hoodie, clapping over the food. Have y'all the places, the strip clubs that have where they sit in the swings and they swing over the folks while they eat? I would lose my mind. I look up, I got lips on my plate, Calla, and then I got lip up here. Like, what are we doing? Yeah. So I was like, how are you sitting there like that, just eating your food?
What I will say, I noticed most about the cinematography was how off the confessionals look.
Oh, they look like mud. Don't them girls? They got them girls looking like mud.
The girls look like mud, but also like somebody didn't position the chairs right or line up the film right, because it looks like you can see they're sitting in the green screen. It's supposed to look like you in your house.
Especially
why are they off like that? Like, I'm like, why did they center it out like that? How did that get to air?
Yes. And it makes me think, it's like, okay, as much as we don't, you know how some people have their conspiracy theories. And when Nene was upset, sitting in the middle of nowhere, yes. Nene would say, I feel like they're trying to sabotage Atlanta, even though it was their highest performance. Because it's like, y'all didn't see this. Y'all didn't run this through anything. Like nothing. So yeah, they're pissing me off with that, with the lighting, how they look, and then just slapping them up. They're like Dubai. Dubai did it right with the full body confessional.
Yes.
I am upset.
And so we had the lowest premiere in 16 years. And I feel part of it was, like Candy said, we got the fuck on. Our fucks may have gotten the fuck on. And Bravo, you may have a harder uphill journey than you ever thought possible. Because you took too fucking long in a TikTok world where you are not Euphoria, you are not P-Valley. And guess what? Euphoria is going to be that last season because they know they can keep a few more people subscribed to HBO. And P-Valley, child, that's going to be its last season too, because it was a great show, but you killed it with letting people wait. Yep. Nobody's interested like that. We move on and things have a moment in the zeitgeist, a moment in the cultural time period for you to hold on tight and ride this thing till the wheels fall off. And I feel like Atlanta is already like, has a true broken wedge in the wheel because it's been 2 years and it's like people didn't show up.
That's the thing. Okay. It's one, when you look at their numbers overall compared to different Housewives franchises airing now, you may think, oh, that's not bad. Yeah, if it was maybe like their 10th, 11th, 12th, 13th, 14th episode, we've been waiting for 2 years. And like you just said, people didn't show up, which lets you know people have lost interest. And the demographic that had the most viewers needs to be concerning for them as well.
Who?
I'm just.
What's the demo?
Wasn't it like wait a minute. It wasn't the normal age. Hold on. Because it was not the normal age. Wait a minute. I should have had this prepared. Hold on.
Oh, it is a live show. We fine.
Demo for RHOA premiere.
The weight of not only Mia's lips, but also her lies mentally drained us. I feel.
Come on, here we go.
That Mia has also set a new standard.
Well, she set a standard, but think back. Nene said something in her interview with Carlos King, and I thought about it. We love Kenya's antics, some of them, right? All of that stuff. She said all of that fake and even though Housewives was still fairly new, but she feels like Kenya introduced the 4 storyline. I'm going to bring in Walter for a storyline. I'm going to do this for a story. Now, I'm not going to lay that all at Kenya's feet, but it was an interesting point to think, okay, when did all these antics start? And then now we lead up to we're how many years into Housewives, and we have a Mia whose whole story since she's been on the show has been a house of cards. We're not getting what's really going on in her life. And I think they also we're in an age where they feel like everything has to be dramatic or about exposing a housewife versus just watching natural drama play out. So now we're going to expose Drew. We're going to expose this person. We're going to expose, that person. So it's very different than what it used to be.
Yeah, I'm tired. I love that we're at a place where we're all like, we don't want to see any more marriages break up.
No.
I want to watch you shade her for the choices that she has made in life as a wealthy woman.
Yes.
Because you got to make better choices, but she chose that flatware, and we're going to talk about it.
Yep.
Because we want to watch something silly because our own lives are a lot.
Yes. So it can, even the heavy stuff can still be kind of like an escape. I literally just saw it today and it stuck in my brain. I remember thinking,
the 0.18 and it's 0.18 and the 18 to 49 rating. Did the rating in the older section go up because their fans are aging out of the show?
Here we go. I believe 18 to 49. I mean, I guess if they want to attract younger viewers, but your Housewives are, to me, normal viewers are like 35. You know what I'm saying? Like on up. Or you think that's good, the 18 to 49 demographic? Because then that means they're gonna have to age all of them that start aging all the Housewives that get down.
They are going. Well, we've aged up, and they have
what? Fair.
Because it's been 20 years.
Oh gosh, Alex, has it?
I was in my 20s when I started.
Yeah, me too. And I love seeing older women. And so now, look, now that we're their age, I guess I still selfishly want to see,
What? Well, we can still see. The thing is, Housewives work, like we've seen it work with women that are Karen's age.
Yes,
we've
that's
seen
true.
it work, it can be a group of women where you do want to have, a good matriarch, and then you want to have a woman that's, got arm babies. So that way you're seeing, mother, maiden, crone, all different forms of life. Shout out to Agatha all along.
You in these references, Alex. But you're right. That's good. Like you and I, we had talked a little earlier today, and you brought up Candace. That's a good one. She can float in between. She can hang with the best of the Karens and the Giselles, and then also hang with the best of the Ashleys and the Mias. She was really, really, really good with that. And I think Porsha is another example of one that could be with like the Cynthias, the Kenyas, like. Because also aesthetic looking, you want it to look like a group that would actually hang out, even if they're an age group.
The niece to auntie ratio. And then sometimes you can be a cousin between niece and auntie.
Yes. I told Alex today, though, that our auntie Cynthia, as good as she want to look, in this premiere, she looked like the great auntie. She looked like the auntie's auntie.
That wig was sitting on her head like it was mad at everybody.
Yes. I said, now cheekbones, yes, we could see them, but come on, baby.
The wig was on its period. I need you to show up at an event with a wig that is not on its monthly cycle. That wig was molting like a bird. It should have been at home with some Krispy Kreme and some chocolate and some Midol. That wig needed the night the fuck off. I don't know why you did that to that. That is wig cruelty, madam. And then that dress. Now we all get bigger, we all get smaller. Go up 2 sizes. Go up 1 size because you grew a little bit, and the other size for your mic pack. I have been saying this for damn near 15 years. When you have a mic pack in a tight dress, you must go up a size in the dress, or the dress will look like shit.
Yes.
You put a big mic pack in the back of your dress, you've added size to your body, which means you need a bigger dress. Otherwise, it looks awful. Or get a pouch sewn outside of the dress. I don't care how you do it, but stop fucking up the look.
You're right, because even Britt, I noticed, it's so interesting you said that Britt looked good from the front, but when she was first going into Sterling Hall to greet the other ladies with her husband, I was like,
I got it right here.
Britt looked more in the. She looked a little bit fuller in the back, and then I realized it was the mic pack. So it's.
I'm gonna show it right here. Exactly.
You know exactly what. Yes, you know exactly what I was talking about.
Now this is a $3,000 dress. You look great from the back. But then you had all that weird shit in your face. But look at this lump.
Yes.
Why don't you have a pouch sewn outside? You know that's look at how it's making the dress fit.
Yes, and that it was that is so funny. You knew exactly what I was talking about. That yes, yeah. I was like, oh man. Even Drew kind of did it right. She had a blazer with the little belly showing, so her mic pack hid. Her blazer. Kelly looked good as well.
Hanging off that bandeau bra.
But Drew, baby, ooh, what did you think? Okay, style-wise, the ladies, what were they giving? Specifically, Drew's up to. But I don't know if it was white hair or gray hair, and it was like curled up.
I clean my house, so I don't have any dust bunnies to put up as an example. I'm sorry. We could Google dust bunny, and that's what it gives me. If Storm had a hoarding problem, that's what her hair would look like. If Storm was mentally ill, that is what her hair would look like. Alex. That is how I feel. Drew is committed to looking horrible. And I think she does it specifically to piss me off.
Because for somebody to be that naturally pretty, like I look at her face and I'm like, you are just naturally beautiful. And then you go, like you said, and piss us off.
A beautiful mouse. Yes. A beautiful mouse.
And okay, did all of them get their teeth done?
something else that we got, like, we need to look at rich people of other races. Like, we need to look at, like, outside of the country and see how they do it, because you don't see them with chompers.
No, I said, okay. I said, now
look at African princes. Not one of them have chompers. If they got a fake tooth, that shit look natural as hell.
I was like, did Porsha have hers done?
I feel like they get them upgraded like engagement ring.
Yeah, like Brit's engagement ring, right?
Well, like they put in grills, like, oh, I'm putting in my chiclet 5.
Girl, my man that got me upgraded. He upgraded me to the 0.5 veneer, boo. Look,
I got the Gary Busey's.
And you know, with the rise of veneer techs.
Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh, people do not like.
Somebody said, I read an article somebody was talking about, I forget what state it was, that they're going to take fluoride out of water. So somebody said veneer techs are going to be in business. Yeah, there was a lot going on. I said, but it's just, in spite of all that, I was still excited to still see Atlanta, even though I have to wrap my brain around the fact that we are dealing with a new Atlanta and not try to hang on to the Atlanta of old.
I mean, exactly. Like, also, let's talk about Kenya. Now, I do not hate Kenya. I do not hate Kenya. I say the same thing about Kenya. Can she offer something other than mean?
Yeah.
And I list my examples, and they are myriad, and they are valid, of Kenya just being mean and not really connecting with the other women. Yeah. We watch to see friendship and not just conflict. And I feel like she's been on this show for 11 years. You know, let's talk about why Kenya got fired. To your point, she started with bringing the authenticity with Nene that Nene pointed out. Then she ran off and got married to Mark off camera, and she got fired for that. You, who are bringing your acting troupe on a reality show, now you actually found real love. You were searching for a real love. It was in Brooklyn, right? That Mary, real love, and now you're just mom's the word. We can't see him. They fired your ass, put you in timeout, and then you came back pregnant
for one episode, and then came back the next season, and we saw Mark at the end, because that was Phaedra's last season that she came back.
That even her donor.
Child, that's what I noticed at that reunion when they had on them white dresses on Zoom, that unless they cut it out, she never answered to Nene talking about the birth certificate.
Oh.
And the marriage certificate, and which we know clearly they had to be married because they're getting a divorce, but about the birth certificate as well. Like, so she was trying to allude to.
I ain't never seen no documents. I ain't never seen one. I ain't never seen a marriage certificate. Have you?
No.
We ain't never seen one document. We can only go on a lying heifer's word.
A gutter snipe straight from the hood.
Straight up out the hood.
Straight up out the hood. I need you to make merch that says straight up out the hood.
Straight up out the hood. But I feel like, okay, we like Kenya, like 2 fake relationships, really 3 fake relationships. You can't show Brooklyn. What, after 10 years, you don't have any strong friendships that we want to see with any of the women, nor do I feel that you can or want to make any. I don't want to see you be a sore thumb and get paid to do it. We've watched that. It's like Giselle. It's enough.
Yeah.
It's enough with the Mean Girl plotline. And believe me, Heavenly, I'm coming for your ass next.
With Kenya, I was looking at her, and even before, it looked like she would be having a little fun, even if she was being mean. And I watched this episode, and this was before all of this stuff broke out. And to me, even her sitting down with Drew didn't seem real. Like, it just didn't seem like she wanted to.
Agent Helium.
Drew Sidora. Drew Sidora. How do you say your name? Kayla? That is so beautiful. Your profile is beautiful. But yeah, Drew Sidora. Drew Sidora. Oh my gosh. But yeah, I just feel like she didn't want to be there. It didn't seem like she was, I don't know. There's something about seeing them, even again, when she would do her shenanigans, you could see like the little glint in her eye, you know, it felt like she was showing up to work. And I don't want to feel like I'm watching my housewives show up to work.
Now, here's what I think happened with that. I noticed that.
You noticed
her hair seemed a little deflated.
Yes.
It was not fresh. I think what happened, you know, they are famous for shooting this show out of order.
Oh.
She was shooting that, her emotions set it up. She looked hurt. She looked like she had been, that hair looked like
yes.
Tears.
She didn't even look like Kenya.
She did not look like Kenya, but was trying to act and she can't.
Yeah.
That's why she's not an actress. We're telling the truth today. We're telling the truth today. You tried and you failed. You tried for 20 years and we watched you fail for 20 years. I don't know what to say about it. But I know it's a fact. But I believe that it was after she pulled the stunt, and it was probably one of the last scenes that she shot before she got the official, you're not coming back this season. Wow. And she knew this is the tidy up scene.
Wow. Because I'm so glad you noticed that, because I'm like, are people not seeing that this is not the Kenya of, you know,
the arrogant Aaron?
Yes, yes.
And the thing is, Kenya has charisma. I met the woman. Yes. She has charisma. She at that first BravoCon, it was a very cute moment, and I was just like, really, you're not going to say anything? Because I was expecting her to say something.
Something.
You know who I am. You know. But they like to pretend that they don't.
Of course, yeah, of course, because then they would have to acknowledge that they're down in the bushes too. From their burner accounts, commenting, trying to.
And sometimes they burner accounts, give them away. I be sleuthing. I be checking everybody's comment, everybody's profiles, link to profiles. I be in people's business.
Or when you block one and it says every profile link to this, it's like, you should know by now. Oh, I can't find you. Oh, okay. But yeah, our Kenya, even the season when Kenya was going through it with Mark, I think it was during the C19 season. And remember, she was like, my dress doesn't hit. Yes, my dress doesn't fit. She still didn't seem as that, like it was just something different. You're right. If she knew it was her last hurrah, because she just seemed like it wasn't her.
And I could see why Bravo would say, enough out of you. We've had to fire you twice. You're old. So, well, you're not old, but you know what I mean? Like, you're an old housewife, your top heavy salary.
Yes.
So cutting you, we can afford to bring in 3 more. We have, you know, our old staples. We've got Porsha. And I feel like this is going to be, can we finally move on without Kenya? Because we done got rid of Candy. We need to start bringing in a new fresh crop.
Yep.
Like, I feel like Cynthia and Faith, I could see Cynthia being another friend of for a year. Please, God, let this be the end for Phaedra. I am so tired of freaking. I mean, and freaking, I don't give a shit. And honestly, you know what else? I will say this. This is why.
Okay. Oh, okay. Look,
epiphany.
We're on FaceTime. Say it again.
Oh, an epiphany.
Okay.
I realize it feels like the love and hip hopification because there is no growth for some of these women.
There's no maturing up.
Or like the fact that freaking frack are still single, but now you're single mothers, so it's different. You can't be this like when you were single without kids. it was fine. And Apollo was home taking care. It was one thing.
Yeah.
But it's now you're single mothers. Are you going to be a Love and Hip Hop single mother or a Real Housewife single mother? And there is a difference in how they conduct themselves.
Princess of Thoughtlandia. Yep.
Exactly. That's fine when you're single. There is nothing wrong with it. As a new mom, like, this is the icky thing. That marriage is this close to fucking Mia. You married this guy that you clearly didn't know anything about. That of doing a few Googles, you might have been like, I don't know. Apparently, Shamia told you, honey, we called back in the home in the motherland, and the father answered the phone and said he ain't. But you didn't listen because you're as stupid as your eyes are big.
I mean, she doesn't even know his real name because he's over here on that visa under a different identity. So your last name is not even Guabati. You were taking a man's name that's not even his.
And the thing is, that's funny and Kiki and reality show until it's like, you have a young daughter and doing this. That's like, it's the Mia pipeline. She's on the Mia pipeline, and that ain't cute.
And they don't think things through when they say, because her saying that, why do we have to stand in the extended line? And then I thought about W.E.I.G.O. Yeah, I was in men's magazines in high school. Do you know what you just...
Do you know what you're implying?
Yeah.
Do you know what you're implicating?
Yeah.
Do you know what you're saying? Like, girl.
So they're trying to be like where Brit's coming from, like, oh, I was always that girl, which makes me wonder, how old were you when Dennis slid into your DMs and gave you a diamond necklace?
I forget Peach Juice is grown. That's the thing. Also, we're in our 40s.
Yeah.
We don't want to see you at strip clubs.
Again,
we want to see maturity. Like, it's going to be interesting to see how they try to sell Porsha, and especially when Phaedra comes back, because it's like, yes, new mommies can have fun, but they're like, one, I feel it totally inauthentic to bring Phaedra back after the lies she told. No, fuck her. I say that with my fuck her.
Yeah. But
that was horrible.
Bravo was really reaching with Atlanta. And to me, if you're going to reach that far back, reach back and grab Nene then. If you're going to reach, you know what I'm saying? If you're going to reach that far back.
And child, let's have a moment of silence for that show today, because if that wasn't the death of a career, I don't know what is.
So I started listening to it right before we started. And I got to the part where she tells him he's skinny. And he says, I go to the gym 5 or 6 days a week. I'm not taking the shot. And he goes, I don't eat meat. And then looks at the camera, because you know that what that joke was implying.
Oh,
so that's how far I've gotten. Which, Alex, we were talking earlier, and we want to know this. Her and Sierra. Because that means you can't get it. Can you not get along with anyone? Me and my homegirls. Now it's just one. Me and my homegirl.
I mean, it's so funny to see from the press tour, which was in January, to now. Like, if the videos are still in a small group of grand opening, grand closing, I have to get a snapshot of it because it's priceless. It's like, priceless.
Y'all were all on the Breakfast Club.
Angela Yee. Yes. Me and my homegirl. And I was like, you know what? It is kind of cool to have, Love and Hip Hop and Housewives together. I was like, maybe they can make something right.
To me, that goes to show y'all. I don't care what you say. Y'all weren't friends. To fall out that fast, y'all weren't friends. I'm sorry.
I mean, child, ended the show.
Like,
and Nene said, well, I'm still on the lease. So, and that shit was, so did it feel thrown together to you? Did it feel very, shit, I got to put a show together to make rent?
very much, "Hi, welcome to," it was like, "Oh, I got to get this out," versus her being her, "Hey, what's up, y'all?" You know, like her regular, it was very what they think a talk show host would be. "Hi, and welcome to," and you're going to learn about my life and about and it's like, okay. We've done this before with Life of Leaks that you did not continue to do.
I do remember that was in that all beige bedroom of that house that she
lived she was
in.
always in the bed. Yes.
I know rich people that buy them houses but be prisoner of one room because they always be trying to sell it. Yeah. The dumbest thing you can ever do. Let me tell y'all about pride real estate, y'all. You can never afford it.
Yeah.
Unless you have a family trust, don't try it. Listen. Here's what you will get the most use out of, baby. And I'm talking to the few rich people in here, and I know you're in here. I can see you. What you really want to do is get yourself a collection of 2 bedrooms. A collection of 2 bedrooms. You know you'd be going somewhere. Get yourself a 2-bedroom there. And a decent one. Yeah. And you'll be fine. Yeah. That's what you really need.
Let me tell you, people were telling me and my husband before we bought our house in 2021, just buy anything. Your starter home. Let me tell you something. We got in right before them rates tripled. We got in November.
Don't stop it. Stop it right now. What you ain't gonna do is brag.
No, wait, because listen,
you paid $4 for that house. I'm happy for you. No, for real, I'm happy for you.
I was on this Instagram page and people were like, I forget what the post was. It was about loans, but I fly straight to the comment sections on posts, and people were like, yeah, so my starter home is now my forever home. Like, I'm glad I like so I say that, like you said, don't buy pride homes. Don't try to get into a house just because somebody's telling you your age and you need to be in a house. Don't let nobody make you feel bad that you didn't have a house at 27, 26. We were 44. I don't care if you're 65. It's all in your time. See, buy 2 and 2 and hold tight. Okay. See, thank you. Am I saying it right? Kayla. I know it has to be Kayla. I hope I'm saying it right, Kayla.
I think it would be Kayla.
I would think it would be Kayla.
Or what did I say? Kelia?
Well, I was going to say Keela too. I was going to say Keela too, but it's Kayla. But people are so, like you said, in these housewives, they go out and get these homes that they can't afford. So they want to sell, like you said, so they stay in 2 rooms.
Keela.
Oh, okay. And okay, my grandmom said, trust your first mind. And you said Keela, and I said, then I was like, oh, Kayla. Oh, I like Keela. I like that. Hey, Keela.
And being a real estate agent, that has to be helpful. Just like having people think of keys with your name, that's a good association.
Oh, that is really good. And I like the advice that she gave. Okay, come on, look at Alex knowing stuff.
But yeah, because if you think you can afford a pride home, you forget how much it costs
to
maintain that joker. And then something will happen, like your pool will pop out and it'll cost $150,000 for a new pool. And then the thing is, you can't not have a pool because your backyard is designed for it, and it'll cost you the same $150,000 to have earth moved to fill in, because you've got to have earth moved.
Alex, now you got this $3 million home and your backyard looks like trash. So it's like you can't, unless you can, yeah.
And the homeowners association will not allow that.
They sure won't. Do you know, when we moved in here, let me tell you something. My husband works for a company that has a work van. So we lived 30 days in our other place before we moved in. So we love, like, I've always wanted to live in a townhouse. I don't know why he wanted to live in a house. We came to an agreement when we found the townhouse that felt like a house. He built some things in here. He would drive his work van here, park it in the driveway, do his thing, and go home. Oh, we got a letter from the homeowners association that work vans were not permitted in the driveway. We had to park around the street. I picked up my phone so fast. I said, oh, you just moving in. Calm down. So I had to compose a nice little email to let them know we never received any type of booklet, any type of rules for the. But yeah, he couldn't.
I don't. My issue with work, like the banning of work vans. I can see saying one work van per home.
Yes.
But how are people paying the mortgage?
Thank you. That's
a work van.
And we said there's no way.
And then also, you know what's in those work vans? Services people need.
Come on.
From plumbers to carpenters to dry cleaners. Why are we making life more difficult when that's probably somebody you need when your toilet clogs?
Or when a hospital nurse call, and he has to go out in the middle of the night and fix those. And it's not like a raggedy van. It's a nice with the company name and all of that. Yeah. And so we said, what we're not going to do is wherever jobs he has to go to, he leaves from here. But sometimes he's got to go to the home office 30 minutes away. You're not getting ready to drive your truck there every day and pay for gas to park it there. No. Oh.
A good question.
A good question. Oh, Chanel. I hope I'm saying that right. Chanel, that's a good. Okay. That's another thing. When all this stuff started coming out, right? And we find out that's not his name. I said, is the government just gonna, y'all know he's here illegally. So I want to know the mind of a person like that. Like, you thought that you was just going to be able to stay here?
Well, clearly that green card that was getting them pulled to the side, they were still getting through.
Yes. So it's like,
whose palm was he greasing?
That's what I want to know. That is exactly. And also, when Porsha said, and I'm sorry, because we know that, I won't say lie, but we know how people can make you, people will say something to knowing that it's going to make you think one thing. When she said we both have a 50-50 interest in the house, oh.
And fraud grounds for annulment. No, it is.
It is.
And so I don't know why she wouldn't go for an. Well, maybe she wouldn't go for an annulment because then it keeps the prenup enforced. If you divorce, the prenup is enforced. If you annul, that prenup is not being enforced. And so then she might be on the hook for something she don't want to be on.
Right. Because with an annulment, it's like the marriage never happened versus a divorce. When she said we both have a 50-50 interest in the house, I said, now she could just be saying that. Like, yeah, we're both 50-50 interested in the house, but not really a 50-50 interest in the house.
We're intelligent people. Let's break this house plot line down.
Okay.
I think we just did. I think it's a plot line.
Okay. Oh.
Because why can you tell me why else you would want a home with a man that you ain't got no kids with?
That's true.
And that you're no longer married to, and that you've known for less than 2 years?
I'll tell you why. We keep saying the house is $7 million. Can Porsha afford a $7 million house payment? She don't have a $7 million house payment. Remember, Simon sold his other home, $5 million
house,
and sold his home to put money towards it. So if she were to be awarded that home, so she's not paying the mortgage probably on a $7 million. You know what I mean? Because he sold his other home and used that money.
Oh, so she wants a portion of the money he had put into that house. Okay, so she wants a payout. All right, that makes sense. Where she's like, I'm going to wait and at least try to get something out of marrying you. But I feel like you got a plot line and a scarlet letter. What more do you want?
What more? Listen, or if the house was $7 million and he put down $3 million, okay, I can afford a $4 million because I don't want a foreclosure notice coming to the house and me not be able to pay it. Girl, you know how much that house was, how much he put down, how much you can afford. So now you want this house to be yours so you can keep up with your friend Shamia.
That's true. And so she's coming back this season to stay in that house, and then next season she'll have a $7 million house or sell it and then get a 5 or a 6.
Yep, because she got to keep up. Remember when Simon? Now this was funny, even though he was petty. When they released the clip early of Shamia getting that Rolls Royce, and he said, "Congratulations, you're the only one on somebody on Atlanta with a Rolls Royce, and then Kenya commented, "I have one too." So Porsha already, I think she could drive the Rolls Royce until the tags were expired. Then he wasn't renewing them because she didn't want to give the car back. So she doesn't have the Rolls Royce. She can't come in her home.
I feel like get a Maybach. Rolls Royces are, everybody has a Rolls Royce.
Get something different.
Anybody gets a Maybach. Two, I would rather see. Oh, actually, no. Don't even get a Maybach. Get a Ferrari. Like, let's say you get let's go spend $400,000. Go get a Ferrari. Go get a Lamborghini with gray leather seats with white piping. A Lamborghini Turismo starting at $250,000. Get that if you want a bull.
Something different. Yes. I could see Kelly driving one of those. Yeah, because the Rolls Royce, I know they're gorgeous cars, but they just seem big.
It's big, it's blocky, it's cute for a night out. Yes. But oh my God, you know what it is? They're becoming like the limousines of the 90s. Where it's like they've kind of been over it. Like Rolls Royce used to be, you never saw a Rolls Royce. You barely hear about Bentley. Yeah. And that's because they were meant for the people that had that kind of money. And now that it's like Rolls Royces are the new, prom rental car, it's not as like, I'm like, okay, I'm glad Shamia has one. That's cute. But the house is more special to me.
Yes.
The plane would be more special to me. Yeah. Like that was $400,000. You could have spent that on jewelry. Yeah. Like I would rather see $400,000 spent on a necklace than on a car.
Like Bronwyn's necklace, maybe. Okay. Or
and also let's talk about Bronwyn's necklace while I have somebody on the line about it. Thank God I've wanted to say this for a while. That looked like a man's necklace.
Oh,
those big chunky stones, like when you saw nothing about it was feminine. And honestly, what it really looked like was when rich people want to change money and diamonds so that they can move it around the world on a yacht quietly. That's what it looked like.
Oh, come on.
That's what it looked like. It looked like, oh yeah, he was buying you this. No, this is so that you can wear it on a yacht, get off, and go trade it for something else. That's how rich people avoid,
Yeah, that's how they, yeah. And then only for her to end up not even getting it. Bronwyn, okay.
Oh, and child, also, Bronwyn, for as much as you studied the show.
Come on.
And girl, where are my notes? Wait, hold on. Do I have a pen and paper? She was with the iPad just typing away. The way that first fight, or first rather interaction where she was in the car and Heather was like, oh, she's really going at Whitney, but then ran and told Whitney, oh, well, we kind of talked about this in the car, but didn't put all the stank on. I was like, we don't do this until our 4th or 5th season, ma'am. Come on. And you're skipping your turn of getting lambasted for getting too free. Oh, you thought you could just pass go and collect $200.
Mm-hmm. Yes, she did. She reminded me of Stacey. Their trajectories were parallel. Then it was like, oh.
I feel Stacey was able to play it a little better than Braun, because I feel like Braun was really fell apart. When her friendship with Lisa seemed to fall apart, Braun really seemed to just be like, this season is really taking it out of me. But I feel like you should have known, for somebody that watched that season so much, that they were going to find out at the reunion. If you had that, you should have worn that jewelry to the reunion. Yes. You should have known. And you also should have known they are going to be a pack of bitches this first season. Do not expect to be friends.
Yeah. Like did you see the picture that leaked of everybody was filming but Lisa and Meredith? And now they're saying that Lisa is holding out for contract negotiations because she wants $1 million an episode, and she's taken RHOSLC out of her bio. I said Lisa wants fame. She's not going anywhere.
Or
do you think that she would be?
Well, no, what I will say is Bravo will be like, well, you too much trouble, and they will find somebody else that's just as thirsty as you, that's willing to take $100,000 less. So Lisa, and because Lisa thinks, I am Housewives of Salt Lake City.
Yeah, yes.
And it's like, no, baby, Jen Shaw. Like, don't ever get it confused. You just don't feed your kids vegetables. Okay? That's all you do. You did give out some free tequila at the Bravo concert. That's why you think everybody love you. But we still remember, you don't feed your kids vegetables. They're walking around with your husband looking like they got rickets.
With their stomach hurting. Poor Jack overseas with a hurt stomach.
Really? But why do you think? Because they gave him some vegetables and the stomach didn't know what to do. The stomach said, oh my God, lettuce, spinach, kale, what?
Well, that's why she didn't like Italy. She said the food was too fresh. But then wanted to call somebody else bridge and tunnel over nails.
The food was too fresh. You know what? I'm glad y'all are Mormons so that he don't have to eat what does your vagina taste like? What does your vagina taste like if you say things like the food is too fresh? I have to wonder that as a gay man, because I met your husband. He seemed nice. Oh God. I mean, I've never met anyone that never ate vegetables. So, I remember.
Right. So what is that? Right.
Oh my God. Oh Lord. Y'all just shit, I don't want to know what y'all sound like.
I did not know that's where you were going with that.
Cordell had an ironclad prenup. But yes, let's get back to the lack of growth.
Yeah.
So freaking frat, Porsha and Phaedra. There's a bit of, life happens, it's kind of sad. But that's why this feels like Love and Hip Hop, because it's like, girl, these were problems y'all gave yourselves.
Yes.
You had the opportunity to quiet. Oh my God. Quiet as it's kept. Married to Medicine is now the classy show. And maybe that's why they feel free to go ratchet with Roa, because it really is. It's like Phaedra and Porsha were, Atlanta's true peaches.
Yeah.
They were upwardly mobile Black women from good families, good stock, class.
Yeah.
But debutantes.
Yeah.
And they came in like, okay, yeah, like he was in some music videos. They called Phaedra the head doctor, but the Angela Stanton. But there was still a chance to not lean into that Love and Hip Hop of your youth. Child, they pissed on that chance.
They did.
They pissed on it. And so now it's like, you could have been like a Toya. You could have been,
she would make
you could have been married to, someone professional that took care of the kids, that took care of, like, that's what that's what Real Housewives is all about. Look at Nene. Now, okay, I was a stripper, but that was my past.
Yes. And
that was my past. I'm a housewife now.
Yeah.
And, and she was, happily upper middle class, and she was like, ooh, some of my friends, they left me, child. They really, it was that.
Yes. Yeah.
And Phaedra and Porsha, your lives have cycled like cyclones so far away from that to the other side of Peters Street.
Phaedra is in her City Girls Up 1000. Like, she's in that era.
And it's like, if your kids were grown, it would be something different. It would be the rebirth of Phaedra. But it's like, let's be honest. Who's raised those children? Because you've been busy being Phaedra Braxton. Then remember when she was dating Tone Capone. Then she was dating that guy and got on Marriage Boot Camp. Phaedra has been hopping from reality show to reality show like she doesn't have a law license.
Remember when they talked about her being on Dubai, and she sure was on there for a little bit of time because she was friends with Brooks.
That woman has been like, just to be an extra.
She has a reality. You know how they say cats have 9 lives? She has 9 lives. It's going to be interesting. I wonder where Phaedra is going to come in. Drew did say it was the last, what she said, you filmed 2 episodes. It's going to be this season. What the girls are going to talk about as far as personal story. We're not talking about the real extent of Kelly's divorce. Remember, before they started filming, it came out that the cops were called. He took money. He went to jail a couple times because he wasn't paying his child support. He has a daughter that's older, that's not Kelly's, that used to work at the restaurant. Kelly says she wasn't showing up, so she took her off the schedule. The daddy said she was showing up, put her back on the schedule. She didn't went over to Kelly's house, child, and bit one of Kelly's daughters. I'm gonna say allegedly, but it was out there. It was like out. That was all out there. Yes. And threw a candle at her. Yes, threw a candle at her daughter. So when she talks about the drama, I think, yeah, like I said, he took money. So because not Nana's chicken and waffles is actually hers, but he tried to, So I wanted to. She was going through all that while they were filming. A law license and a mortuary. Socially regressing. I'm going to use that.
Yes, because that's why Karen worked. Because we got to see growth. We got to see, so this is what a second act looks like. And
yes.
It looks marvelous.
A glow up. Yes.
Yeah. And they're having their priorities at this age, which is so important. I keep bringing up age because we've aged with them. And a lot of us that when we started watching Housewives, we were in our 20s, maybe our late 20s. And now we've aged up to where we are Housewives age, where it's like, oh shit. Some of these have us younger than me. I'm in the thick of it. And so we identify with them on another level.
Yep.
And it's like, this is why we're so pissed off with Karen. Because we're like, now come on.
Come on, girl.
3 DUIs from 40 to 6. This is when that bullshit's calmed down.
Yes.
This is when certain parts of life should be on autopilot. This is when not that you can't have a good time, but having a good time means something different
and looks a little different.
Exactly. Especially when it's like if y'all were single again, and so much single without children, it would be different.
Yeah.
But especially right after me, it's like these are your priorities.
Yes.
And this is what the show is giving, because the show used to show parenting.
Yeah.
Remember when they showed Nene cussing out Brent and they had some really great mothering scenes.
When I called your phone.
I'm sorry. What would you say?
No, I'm sorry. I was just doing Nene. What you talking about the phone? I paid a bill when I called your phone or something like that when she was cussing him out. Yeah. So I was just going along with what you said. We used to see parenting.
And those were the scenes that we actually would be like, this is filler, but this isn't fast forward. We actually liked it. It was warm. It was touching. It really got to show who they were.
Yeah.
And it's like, we want to see that. We want to see parenting. We want to see that connection. And it seems to be going the ass shaking route. And it's like, I'm 42. I enjoy to shake the left and right cheek, both together and independently of each other. But not all the damn like at this point, it's like, haven't we been there and done that?
Yeah, it's like we want cake. Yes, you can have icing. Like I just don't want icing. I want a cake underneath there too, like something a filling. I was trying to see. I pulled up some things. Yes. And it's like, come on, can we grow from that a little bit? I was trying to see.
Cynthia defending her daughter dating at 14 and the ladies going up and on. Yes.
Oh, yes. I remember that. Yep. And Nene was not happy about that.
I'll be 40 next month with 5 boys. Oh my God. Oh Lord. 5. Amen.
Amen.
Amen. Amen. Amen. 5. How? Did you? Okay, now my grandmother had 5. Did you have all 5 separately, or did you have
Alex
a multiple in there? 5.
Alex, you are crazy.
That's a lot of kids.
Oh my God.
Oh my God. But she said these ladies lunching at the strip club, not dropping kids off at school. Could they be having a midlife crisis? Oh, you boy, that.
You know what? It could be not a midlife crisis, or now they're in an age where, or they're in a part of their life where money is getting bigger. They have access to even more things. They also have this platform, almost like they're living out their, I don't know, like with Porsha, for instance, she was with Cordell and he had such a tight rein on her. You know what I mean? She didn't really have access to the money like Sweet Tea. Now she got access to the money. They're looking good. Some of them they feel like they look the best they've ever looked. Right.
That's the truth. That's the truth.
Yeah. So
the money glow up, the makeup glow up, the confidence glow up.
Yes. Yeah. So it could be a combination of midlife crisis and also like I'm feeling myself. I'm feeling myself on TV. You know.
Let's see. 5 to 19, all 5 separate. Wow. That is amazing.
Yes.
Mom had 5 of us before 40.
And you're going to be able to enjoy I know my oldest is 20, just turned 28 yesterday. Had her my second year in college. My son is 22, just graduated college. My baby is in her 3rd year at Syracuse University. And I'm like, I'm still feeling footloose and fancy for, like, and they're grown people.
The truth is that the money did help. Go back to season 1. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Leave the twerking to the nieces, not freaking fraud. And that's the thing. It's like we want to see. It was great to see Porsha twerk out when she was young, but now you damn near got arrested by Interpol. Girl, you don't know who you married.
Yes.
I'm so and thank God it is a laugh and kiki situation because
it could have been worse.
It really could have gone Eric Fuller dark.
You are not some naive 26-year-old or 25-year-old, and not saying that they're all naive, but I'm just saying not really knowing with these going out into the world with these big doe eyes, and you end up with somebody like Simon. You literally said you kept asking him for the financials, and that's what held up. In the interview, she said that's what held up their marriage the first time. Girl.
Also, there is why did you have to marry him for money when you're Porsha Williams and was making amazing money from Housewives of Atlanta, amazing money from DC? You had Dish Nation.
Dish Nation, yeah.
Amazing money from your bed sheets and your Go Naked hair. You were on top of the world. There was no need you were a rich man. You didn't need one. You could have paid for penis. Also, y'all got to learn how to start paying for dick. Y'all got to learn how to start paying for dick. I'm telling you, because dick a lot easier to pay for.
And not just marrying them and then end up in situations like this.
Oh, God, no. Don't marry. Just pay for it. Either a la carte or monthly. They have subscription services.
Legal subscription services at that. I do believe. I was trying to see. Yeah, it was a whole lot that he tried to do, taking money. Like he took 420,000, I believe. He was like really trying to drag her through the ringer, but we're not going to see any of that.
And that, you know what though? Maybe that's a good thing. Maybe we could get back to light shade.
That's true. That's true.
I would love to see you have a chicken and waffles place.
The Chicken Shack, that was funny when Porsha said she was probably trying to get that Chicken Shack. I said, Kelly, even though I want Kelly, I didn't mind Kelly bringing up the Porsha Simon thing, but it felt like she did it in every scene. And eventually the audience is going to get tired. So I need her to bring it up when it's impactful and go on. But I also feel like Kelly is giving us a little bit of old school housewife. I don't feel like she's necessarily acting. I feel like she's being her.
I kind of felt like it was producers telling her to bring it up.
Oh, in every okay.
It felt like okay, but you know, it might have been producers. It might have been her just being like, "I'm gonna be the one that says it since nobody says it." But I feel like production said, "Who wants to be?" Because production gets in these heifers' ears.
Yes, they do. Yeah,
they tell them, "Go after this one, go after that one." Or maybe she said, I'm going to have my moment going after Porsha and, you know, let's go on and get it out the way. And then to the fact that they put it on the first episode, it was like, we're going to have to talk about it at some point. Now, but me, if I was on the show, I would find a way to bring it up every day.
Okay.
Every time we had an event, there would be a gift, and you know, it would be to the new wife of Fallon Taina's old husband. Like, I would never stop calling her a man stealer, man eater, a thief. You're a felon, like, you know, you're a felon because you took from Fallon. I mean, I would never let it go, ever. I would be worse than Janet.
He said you would never let it go.
Ever.
Porsha said, that's your opening line?
I'd say, yep,
what's your first name
your legs are open for another woman's husband. You want to talk about open like your legs for another woman's husband.
And then notice how it swiftly just got, like, it was brought up and then the whole thing flipped to being about Drew and
Dennis. Oh God. Now this is something I want to see if I'm doing too much here.
Okay.
Ever since Tom Sandoval, we have had these love triangle ass plot lines. And they are trying to create the new Sandoval and the new Ariana Madix, because let's take it over. Do you watch Summer House?
I left, but I did dip back in this season.
Okay, Sierra is trying to be Ariana, saying, Wes, you broke up. Girl, you was together for a month. He broke up with you in the 90-day probationary period, which means he can break up with you for whatever, whenever, however reason at his discretion, and does not owe you as much as an apology, because it isn't in the first 90 days. Y'all didn't even have a title and you was that stigmatized.
I was good. And then after everything and realizing that he pretty much used you, and after telling him off at that first dinner, you're like, you ever argue with somebody that you still want to kiss him? Girl.
And that's the thing. It's like, he didn't use you. I don't even think he used her. She was on him. He was on her. Y'all just had a genuine summer fling.
And that was it.
You were hoping that, and that has been to the Hamptons. That is what happens out there. That summer air and then free booze. And also, sweetie, it was just as good for you on the show as it was for him. Everything you accuse him of, well, baby, your plot line and your storyline would have been missing. It's not like you had 80 million other things going on but his penis. You ain't have shit else. No other connection. This was your new way in, and now you've got the Ariana Madix pity party where you even had the same cutouts on the dress at the reunion. They both came in. You see it now, don't you?
Yes.
You see it now.
Lindsay tried it too with her and Carl. I think she tried to get that treatment too. I need Sierra to come close. Baby girl, sis, stop with these mediocre white men. Austin, West, girl. Okay, I'm done.
I wouldn't even say that, because that's what her type is.
And I want her to stop that being her type.
Well, no, that is what she is going to attract, because she is not going to attract black men. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
Let's be honest. The type of black men that are coming over she ain't interested in, and the type of black men that she interested in are see her, and baby, they pick up that left foot, that right foot, that left foot. They get their trainers on to run from her. So let's start that. We got to start with.
You're right.
And she ain't do. Wes is her husband. What she needs to do is learn how to play the plot line game. Get like this is a show where you this is where you're running for housewife. You got to learn how to play it cool. You have your fling. You keep it cool in the off season, and then you let him miss you. White men, here's how they work. You got to let a white man miss you. The second a white man misses you, you've got him. That's when he is on the hook. All he has to do is miss you. Okay. Take a note, y'all. Take note. That does not work with black men. That does not work with black men.
They're gone.
Baby, that don't work with them.
They're like, oh, we playing? Okay, cool.
That don't work. That's a game. That is only a game that works. And again, the white men that are on Summer House, that is not to be tried with all white men. I only kind of fuck with the white men that are on Summer House. So I know those games. You need to let him miss you. But also, so much of this is for the show. Like Ariana, like there was an article like, are we ready to forgive Tom Sandoval? Are we ready to stop infantilizing white women? Ariana Madix had a relationship on the White Love and Hip Hop. On the White Love and Hip Hop with a castmate where they bought a house together. They did not get married, and they didn't even have a plotline baby. Yeah. And they lived together for years. Until the show was coming to an end, their relationship had been at an end. They hadn't been having sex that year. You knew it was a roommate, but you decided to get on that reunion and act so damn hurt. You didn't care who he was sleeping with. Kelly said, my husband is white. You're right. Lisa Milano knew how to play the game.
Oh, come on. You better say it. Flippiana, yeah.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. This is I love that you brought up Lisa Milan, because that is another example of the husbands that we would want a Porsha or a Phaedra to be with.
Yeah.
They got them men, and this is when they've been telling black women date outside, and they got them some white kings over there.
Yeah, yes, they do.
They are, and then they worshiping the ground, they walk on, they coming on the show so supportive. Those were some of the best husbands we've ever seen.
Very supportive.
Now that we think about it, those were the best husbands we have ever seen. They were to bat for their wives. They were not in the women's business. That's where the men is. Now I see why everybody going to Dubai.
Black women going over there. Yeah.
Now I see why the men.
Yeah.
That is where, and those are men.
Yeah. And
men to build your house.
I was going to say. Money.
So yeah, at least, but that's what we would want to see. And y'all fool-la-la and overseas with Love and Hip Hop.
I was getting ready
with scammers.
They all going to the same place. Yep.
And this is what is declassing the show. Because then we go over, I'm so glad that we brought up Dubai, because that is a perfect example of a group of black women that are upwardly mobile, very educated, that have found a group of husbands they just happen to be outside of the race, but that fit them, that are equally yoked.
Yeah.
And have relationships that are filled with maturity and not like Scrappy is my age. And that's also what it is. In Love and Hip Hop, we saw you fighting with Erica when that show started, like what, 12, 13 years ago? Yes. And now you're about to have a threesome baby with the new heifer while you're trying to raise kids with it. Nothing has changed. There is no growth. There is no maturity. Buffy, another one.
Oh, yes, that's a good one. That's a good one.
The Santa Claus 5 model.
Say that again.
The Santa Claus 5 model. Santa Clauses 8 through 12 have the full beard. The Santa Clauses on down have much smaller facial hair.
That is funny. I forgot about Buffy's husband. That's a good one. Oh, that's a good one. Chanel Ayan's husband. Yeah.
That is, and that is, I feel kind of like Carlos King picks, these terrible marriages to show off on his Love and Marriage franchise. It's time to start showing off more high-end marriages on Housewives of Atlanta. I'm realizing now. Let me be very careful how I phrase this.
Okay.
I'm not saying a woman needs a husband, but maybe for us to get the show back to the Black upper class that we want, where we're seeing relationships.
Yes.
Maybe we should focus on strong Black marriages.
Oh, I like that. But then
and there's nothing wrong with focusing on a strong Black marriage.
Yeah.
Wendy Osefo and Eddie married.
I was you took the words right out of my head. Literally, that's what I was thinking about. Literally, yeah. You took the words right out of my head.
Because I'll say maybe or what, if you're going to be a single mom, why don't we focus on the single moms that did it in vitro? That have the nanny, that are like, Dad was not dad. We don't know Dad. Dad is a test tube. Yeah. Or Dad is a donor friend, where we have this, it's a different level, like there's no baby daddy drama.
Right. It's just, yes, but we still get to see them be parents.
Wait, Anthony Lofts was removed from set.
Oh, I sure did.
Oh, is that the husband?
No, that's on Love and Marriage Huntsville. The word on the street, Christy, did you hear that Wanda invited Anthony Lofties to set, and evidently, because I was watching, shout out to Millie Chun, I was watching her report on it. Evidently, he was eating something, and the cameras put the cameras up and were like, we're not filming if he's here, and all this other shenanigans, because he's the one that filmed inside of Destiny and LeBarrick's home, I believe, when they had that open house.
Remember when husbands rode for the wives? Great beat lives rent free in my head.
Yeah.
The Black women in Dubai didn't marry down or settle chasing quote unquote Black love, so they're not dealing with Journey Smollett's court battles.
Come on, Blanche.
He said he wants half her child thing earning.
This is when, listen, I love the Lord with all my heart. God knows I do. So I don't know if I'm going to have to start a prison ministry if I'm implicated in taking him off this earth, because you can't be here. As a matter of fact, I'm not going to be implicated. I'm going to hire somebody. You want half I paid you out $1 million. And I paid you $7,000 a month in child support. And you think you deserve half of my childhood earnings? Babe, when I read that, I got sick to my, like when Rachel Lindsay had to give out all that money to Brian Abasala. Oh my gosh.
Wait, Rachel Lindsay.
The first Black bachelorette.
Wait, they made all their money together on the show.
Well, you know, she was the lawyer. Well, she stopped practice, but she was the one getting like they made all their money together on the show. And then, you know, she was doing all that other stuff, E-News and all that. Yeah.
That she only would have gotten because she had a happily married image.
I see what you're saying. So you feel like he was owed some of it then.
If we get on TV together and because of the love image, like Carl, like, oh God, Cameron and
I know you're talking about.
You know them.
Yeah.
Or honestly, Remy and Papoose. There are a lot of couples where it's like, because you're that couple, you're able to make that much. I'm like, no, go on to split that. Go on to split that.
Okay, I know what you do. Okay.
Because without one, the other wouldn't exist.
Because the world is interested in your love story.
Yeah, exactly. That's what it is. And so you rode the wave. You rode the wave. Be smart. But and two, if it's money from prior, that's totally different. But if it's money that you rode the wave and he's playing the house, ciao.
Okay.
Exactly. They're a brand.
Yeah.
And so when you're that much, when you meet on a show and you're a lawyer, these are calculated, like, come on now.
And for you not to have a prenup as it like,
you didn't have a prenup, but what? Nothing.
Josh, I would have got a prenup on that little plot of dirt right there. That's if something happens, I'm leave with my dirt, you leave with your dirt. And he did leave his practice. But yeah, with Journey Smollett, the nerve, well, men are the new bad bitches nowadays.
Child, when ASAP Rocky said that, and then but then went on to bag Rihanna. She showed up in his court, child. That's kids. A bad bitch.
Yeah.
Rihanna don't even go to the studio. And, nobody's asking her to at this point. Rihanna don't even go to work anymore, but she said, I'm going to go to court for your ass.
With my kids.
So, I mean, it's a new dawn. It's a new day. Speaking of new dawn and new day.
Okay.
Married to Medicine.
Oh, I'm about to shut the computer on you like Nene did at that reunion. Let me just tell you something. I know people say they want drama. I am a person that I can watch people have fun without them having drama, or I'd rather it be the natural drama. And yes, some of it has to be produced a little bit, but Married to Medicine was my favorite show after Atlanta. When I tell you, I loved it so much. And my husband and I have another podcast that's been on hiatus for like 4 years. I started in 2016. Him and I together interviewed Dr. Eugene and Toya. I've loved Married to Medicine from the bottom of my soul. And in comes this dentist who has now made it unwatchable for me. And then she goes down to her YouTube. And I'm going to tell you something. If one thing people need to notice about the dentist, she never comes to you with anything that she's witnessed herself. It's always the little white boys down the Bravo told me. So-and-so told me this. That's what I heard. That's what I heard. I'm going to say it, but I'm going to take it back. She don't stand on anything. And she makes me sick. I'm done.
I think it is time for her to be recast.
I think
I think it's time for a new season, a new story. I think that one, like Jackie, I don't want to watch you turn to dust. So can you please move on?
Wait a minute.
Jackie gonna be a skeleton standing by some damn stirrups. Anything to look at a pussy, but she got that whole degree to justify her lesbonics. She's been lying to herself long and deep. But anyway.
And she's a mean girl. Simone called Porsha one. To me, Dr. Jackie is a mean girl. It has been one since season 1. You don't fool me with this lemon squeeze and you so mature and she has been a mean girl.
And Simone, you are a sinister turtle who performs pap smears. You kicked Mariah off her own show. I will never forget when you had the meeting with the ladies that said, okay, so it's official. We're going to ask Mariah to not be around the group anymore. You were the one that led the charge, Simone, so that you could get her off the show to get her salary so you could buy an apartment for your spoiled children who can't even keep it clean.
Listen, oof.
Ooh, I was about to say something too raw.
So was I, and I'm gonna we're gonna have to discuss that on the phone. We're gonna have to discuss that.
I'm gonna start with the sentence, and it's not fair that.
Was it about one of her sons?
Yep.
Okay, it's probably the same thing. It's like spades. There's two in a possible that it could be.
I just said it on private chat.
Yes.
That is not right. That is, if y'all know, y'all know. That is not right. That is not right. And I'm like, okay, we just gonna act like we just glossing over it. All right. Okay.
We're just gonna act like that.
I'm not gonna say nothing. I ain't gonna say, we all not gonna say nothing. We all not gonna say nothing. But I digress.
Wait, I was trying to send you one back, but then it says chat with everyone in the studio. So I'm gonna make sure.
No. Yeah, private. Get the private chat on. Oh God.
Yeah.
We just can't get canceled, y'all. We just can't get canceled. Sometimes there's honesty and then there's honesty.
And then there's real kitchen table. Like I got my feet off, my shoes off, my feet up in your chair. We know each other. That kind of conversation.
I want to see new doctors though. Like I think okay, like it's been 11 years. How do we feel about Quad?
You know, I've seen people say she needs to be married. And then I've seen the argument be made, well, housewives don't have to be married. This is not a housewives show, though. That wasn't the premise of this show. Maybe it wasn't the premise of Housewives, but we know even when Housewives started in the OC, all of them weren't married. Married to Medicine was supposed to be different.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like I would be okay if she wasn't there because she's not really friends with I don't believe she's really friends with these women. That's Simone's whole argument.
God.
And the way her and Heavenly went back and forth online 2 seasons ago, because Heavenly made a comment on the picture when Quad was standing naked with her butt facing us on a beach. And then Dr. Heavenly did an emoji. And then Quad went off and told her, you even paid for your body and it still don't look good. Like all of that. Y'all are not real friends off the show. And I get that. Y'all all want to secure your check. I'm tired. It's one thing to have drama, but to me, Dr. Heavenly brings a toxicness to this environment. And they are doctors, and she is lucky that no one has went in her grill. Because the way, and I think what really did it for me, you cannot like Sweet Tea or whatever. I'm sorry. Sweet Tea was engaged to Greg. Dr. Jackie and Dr. Heavenly see her on the golf course at this annual thing that they all attend. Oh, yes. Yeah. And this is probably a non-popular belief, but I also like Married to Medicine Houston. But so they convince Sweet Tea, hey, you should come and be on the show. She says, no. They say, okay. She gets married. They go back. Because people keep saying, why would Sweet Tea come on her ex-husband's wife's show? I get all that. But just because she decided to doesn't mean that you have to then. I think she thought that at least Heavenly and Dr. Jackie were going to be cool with her because they pursued her so heavily for the show. And then to turn around and
she didn't get, this is reality. So the first thing you need to do is show up with their mistress, with their husband's mistresses.
Come on. Listen.
Honestly, here's what I have to ask Dr. Heavenly.
Oof.
What type of poison are you using that gives your husband hyperpigmentation around the eyes and also messes with his cognitive ability so that he does not know he is slowly being offed? What exact concoction of poisons are you using? Because I'm sure as a dentist, you have access to a lot of medication. So what is it that's giving him the raccoon look around the eye? Why does your husband have hyperpigmentation? What are you giving him that causes that?
That's tearing up his stomach to where he has to have Enfamil that was in your cabinet last season.
Well, let's talk about it.
Every single time one of them, specifically Dr. Jackie, called me a little girl, if I was Sweet Tea, I would have to let her know, no, ma'am, I'm a bit taller than the woman that your husband was strolling through the Atlanta airport with his hand in her back pocket like they were doing a Jordan Sassoon commercial. I'm a little bit taller than her. So ease up on that. I'm to everything. There is nothing that she would be able to say to me that how you would be with Porsha. Because, you know, Dr. Jackie likes to talk about the women's bodies and their body fat. Your body fat, your percentage is high. It's probably, you know what? You're right. We know that Curtis likes some thin. I wonder how much percentage of body fat do you think the woman that he was openly strolling through the Atlanta airport with had? Oh, that's not a topic up for discussion? Okay. You want to do a lemon squeeze? How tight of a squeeze do you think Curtis is doing when he had his hand in her back pocket as they were I would don't comment.
On a scale of empty house to closed playground, how lonely is your life since you weren't able to have children?
Oh.
On a scale of empty house to closed playground, I would love to know. Is that why you can't hear other Black women's pain when they visit you? Is that why?
And then you go.
Are you just waiting to one day eventually give in to your baser instincts and snatch a baby like the wicked witch that you look like? Inquiring minds are fascinated.
Yeah.
I'll go for the jugular.
Yeah, like Miss E says, go for the jugular. Yeah, it pisses me off, this superiority complex that they all carry as doctors, but specifically Dr. Jackie.
Oh, also, I'll say, you're not even doctors that add to the field. You want to talk about being doctors? They're not writing your names in any history books. You haven't added shit to the field. All you've merely learned is procedure. Where are your papers? Where is your publishing? You don't have to publish because you can just hack at people. See, I can go at them with that educated route too.
Yeah, yes, that too. Yeah. I just it just annoys me.
Well, hold on, Creole. The reason I said that is because she said, you know, Buffy, you're infertile. So if Buffy was to return some shade to Jackie, it's like, well, you also are walking around barren. Like what? Like nobody ever went after Jackie like she went at Buffy because that you're infertile still pisses me off.
Yeah, and I do believe Buffy when she said like Jackie never actually really like, I'm sorry, I'm done, and I'm done with it.
And Simone set it up.
Yes. Which goes, now we have Dr. Heavenly. I will never forget. That's when I stopped watching Carlos and Cadillac Kimberly. I stopped watching Carlos and Dr. Heavenly. Sometimes I would skip past anyway. But when they were talking about Sweet Tea and Heavenly was talking about her sliding into Dr. G's DM saying, I can give you what you want. And she was saying she knew that she had an issue getting pregnant, blah, 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 blah. And then Carlos says, and then Heavenly was saying that she wanted to be quad. And so Carlos says, so what we're saying is on her vision board, she had quad and some good eggs. And I was like, Heavenly, as a woman, you're okay with him? Like, because it could have been you. And you want, you know what I'm saying? Like, as a woman, you're cool with that. And for that man to say that. So whenever you hear Sweet Tea in interviews say, Heavenly talked about, you know, me or me being infertile or my ex, she's made countless remarks about Sweet Tea not having a baby yet. So yeah, it just makes me, and to me, the level of chaos to invite Apollo on a trip to say him and Phaedra can show Greg and Quad how to get along when Apollo can't even come inside his house. I mean, inside Phaedra's house to pick up his kids. How is that an example? And then the mistress comes.
Dr. Jackie not accepting Medicaid is an issue for child. That really said it all. That says a lot.
Yeah.
That says a whole, especially with where you are. You do a day at the free clinic in your career. You are at that point. You've made your money.
Yeah.
Now, I'm saying there's nothing wrong with being in private practice and making your money. But at your age, you done got, and you done come on here and padded your retirement.
And this is how you give back. That's one of the things, even though Contessa would work my nerves sometimes, I feel like it's genuine with her wanting to give back to the community, like through her medical services. I don't know if you watched it yet. If you haven't, and if any of those listening, Sweet Tea, you know, she has a YouTube channel. She had Dr. Contessa on last week. It was really good. Like, it gave me a different side of Contessa. It was, and because their friendship seemed like it could have been an allyship on this, but I think they are friends. Check it out if you guys are not like busy and have free time. It was really good.
Beverly Hills. First, I feel like on Beverly Hills, have you been seeing the season?
I just missed this past episode.
I feel like first we do have to give Garcelle a shout out for having all of the difficult conversations as a Black woman on that first season. That really did, first 2 seasons, that really did plow up the ground for Bose to come in and be able to be friends with Dorit. And now on this episode, we did see Dorit and Garcelle sat down, they had a lunch, and it's like, you can see like Garcelle's like, oh, you know what? I like this woman in front of me.
Yes. Yeah.
And I think like her being friends with Bose, like it made her see Dorit in a different light where it's like, you know what, maybe I really did just get off on the wrong foot with this girl. And, you know, we are on camera and it's like, okay, there's going to be somebody that you have friction with. And so it's like, it may not have been as deep as I thought.
Yes. And also, let's be honest, sometimes when friendships break up, it allows for them to make other friendships. Kyle and Dorit. And she wasn't as close to Erica as Kyle was, even though Erica still was trying to play the middle. So it's like, she definitely wasn't close to Sutton. What really pissed me off, though, is that, see, the ladies thought that they were going to ice Dorit out. But then Bose came and they're pissed off. When they were on the beach with Kathy Hilton's trip and they were like, what are they talking about? Well, we want to talk too. Y'all kept saying Dorit talked too much. So y'all, if me, you, Kempire, DJ Richie Sky, Brooke Ashley, Chris, if we're all out eating at a big table, there might be multiple conversations going on at once. So I may look down and see you and Kempire talking about, and if I want to know what y'all talking about, I'm like, what y'all talking about? That was a normal thing, but they harped on it so much, but yet y'all stayed saying Dorit talk too much. And I think that, you know, then they made it about them wanting to get to know Bose.
I think Bose, and that's new even for Dorit. Oh, and I said this on an earlier episode. We were talking about, you know, now that we have 2 Black women on, the Black women are in much different places in their lives than the white women. Sutton is recovering from a divorce. Erica is recovering from a divorce and a criminal conspiracy, which would shake all of us. Like that really, like we can all step back and really be like, damn, girl. Although I have to say, I was always nice about Erica, because I was like, imagine if your husband was a thief, and then you find out that you, by proxy, were a thief, and $101 million, and there ain't shit you can do.
Nothing. And people are telling you need to at least apologize to the victims, but that could be admitting to something that you didn't do. Yeah.
And you cannot legally say that. And you're also like, I was swindled by the same person that you think I wanted. I wouldn't have given that the best years of my life. I'm screwed in this too.
And even her fighting for her stuff, I get it, it's to pay the victims, but then you're also like, but it's my, like, I could feel like, yes, I would want the victims to be made whole too.
I think she's also trying to keep some of that stuff for tax purposes. Oh. Because it's also what is owed to the government now.
Oh.
So that's why it's like, I have to do, and that's why she's not able to say so much. Okay. But I really think that's what it is. If I don't fight for this, then I'm going to have to pay taxes, or, you know.
Yeah.
It's crazy like
that. That's a good point. And there are people that'll be like, well, how is it genuine? When they met each other, sometimes you meet someone and there's an instant connection, and then they go by what the person is showing them in front of them. Boz is enjoying Dorit. I think Boz really Boz really enjoys Dorit, and Dorit feels heard.
I would say yes. And also, like, when you look at them, they love a look. They love to be girly. And so I could see them both really appreciating each other's look and each other's fashion. And they love things very grand and very big. Yeah. And so I'm like, I look at their style, I could see them getting along, because there's enough of their own lane where they feel individual and special, but then there's enough admiration.
Yeah. And I like how, even though it was off the show, Dorit literally went to New York for Boz's birthday with her and hung out with her and her Black friends. Now, what do you think about this? Oh, child, it's getting late. I gotta go, as Dr. Heaven, I gotta go lay down with my man. No, but listen. We heard the rumor. Well, we saw Garcelle post, all skin folk ain't kin folk. People said that was about 8.5. I don't want to say her name 3 times, because then she'll appear like Candyman next season. People said that it was about her. But then insiders have come out and said that Boz and Garcelle get into it at the reunion. And that could have been about Boz. We don't need this, Alex. We don't need this.
Well, no, because it is okay for them to have an argument.
It's okay for them to have an argument. But if you as a Black man are out with Kempire or Chris or whatever, and then you say not even take out you being out with them. If you post all kinfolk ain't, that means you're directly trying to say that they ain't really for us.
Oh,
you see, when you say that, it's for them to have an argument. Yeah, that's normal, because every Black woman doesn't like every Black woman. Every white woman doesn't like every white woman. But if your post says all skin folk ain't kinfolk, that's specifically like you calling that person out.
That is very true. Yeah, I don't want it. Then I don't want that to be about.
No, like we can't.
Right. We don't need that on this show. No more colorism. No more. None of it. Like, yeah, we want y'all to argue over being Sutton and Dorit's mouthpieces.
Yes.
Argue over your friendships. Argue over that, please. Because no more darkness, Eric Fuller.
No, and especially because, and I'm sure you as well as I, like, it's hard for me to watch our Black conversations being had about Blackness, about that by viewers that aren't Black. I'm not saying they don't have the right to, but they certainly don't have the range to. So if something like that, it's like, oh, we don't need, here we go. I don't want another season of Potomac where that could have been a good place to have it, but they didn't have it. So it was left up to all the viewers to have conversations that they weren't, Yes, Miss Finesse, come on. Yes. Like, just like Alex said, argue about being a mouthpiece and being friends.
That's what, more caviar, baked potatoes. And I love that, and it's so interesting. And I think too, this is showing how art reflects life. But the country is in such a serious place. The world is in such a serious place.
Yeah.
We really want to be able to turn and escape into something light and fun. And on that note, I am bringing back Shondaland Thursdays. So over on Patreon, I will be reviewing the first episode of Scandal and the first episode of How to Get Away with Murder. And we're going to be doing that every Thursday from now on until we run out of episodes.
I literally just told my husband I wanted to rewatch Scandal. Also, your audience, you and Kempire have some beautiful audiences. I'm sure, look, anybody who's here that is a subscriber of mine, I'm sure y'all are too. I'm just have not went live yet because I'm a little nervous. But looking at the pictures, I'm like, they is fine. The men and the women.
They showing up and showing out.
Yes, y'all is fine, okay?
Well, I have kept you for so long. Tell the people where they can find you.
By the way, I'm just inviting y'all. I'm inviting myself back to go live.
Oh, yes.
With Alex. I'm going to do, since he is of a particular age, I don't know if those of y'all listening know, but if he doesn't have me back in a timely fashion, I'm going to do what we used to do back in the day on the phone lines called an emergency breakthrough. And we would call the operator, and the operator would interrupt. So y'all will be listening to Alex, and the next thing you know, it'll be do YouTube breakthrough. And I'm going to be like, pick up the phone. No, but seriously, thank you for having me. Alex will tell you, I sent Alex my phone number, right? Y'all, this was so funny. And I'm looking at my phone, and I don't normally answer numbers that are like unknown, but certain areas. If it was like LA, when my son was out in LA, my daughter, when she was in New York, she's in New York. So I picked up the phone. Alex, how did I pick up the phone?
Who is this? The Black woman. Who is this?
I said, hello, who is this? And my face was just like, and he started laughing.
I said, the Black woman, who is this? It's Al Rogers.
I was like, oh, look, my whole voice switched. Oh, hey, boo. Hey, boo. But anyway, thank y'all so much for having me. I have enjoyed y'all. You can find me on Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube and Threads at W.E.I.G.O, W.E.I.G.O podcast. That stands for What Else Is Going On. For those of you that don't know, I got my name for the podcast from Cynthia Bailey, because whenever Cynthia Bailey was either caught in something or didn't want to talk about something, she would say, now, what else is going on? And I just didn't put the now in. So I actually got the name from Cynthia. So y'all can find me there. I talk about everything, the Bravo shows, the non-Bravo shows, everything going on. But Alex, thank you for having me. I had such a good time. I can't wait to do this again.
Me too. Oh, well, thank you so much for joining us. I had a blast. I really did. And I guess for now, tell a kin, tell a friend, tell that heifer you hate y'all. Bye.